back, and then I had like a sciatic, like some other muscle. Like anytime I walked, it was like I was getting tasered. Not that I know what getting tasered feels like, but that's what it. That's
I
what
hope
it felt
not.
like. And it would just take my breath away. It was so painful. But I'm better now. I mean, it's still a little weak, but I can at least walk now without any type of
Wow.
super pain.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law is getting back surgery next weekend, so
Oh,
yeah, she's been in a lot of pain. So
well, I wish her the best. It's the worst. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I've luckily never had that problem. My son-in-law has it, but it's been pretty debilitating. And of course, she's got a toddler, so that makes it even worse. She can't pick up the kid. And
Yeah.
so guess who has to come over and help? Not me.
Yeah.
Maggie.
No wonder your wife is out all hours of the day and night.
That's right.
Yeah.
She's got 4 grandkids to take care of, for heaven's sakes, you know?
Wow.
While their parents are out busy earning money. So they could throw a few dollars her way, I suppose, if they're going to get a child care tax credit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you can see.
Give her the $1,400 a child credit.
That's right.
Yeah.
She's earned it doing the child care.
Well, if that'll help pay for people to watch the kids so that she can be home more, that'll be fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know that we're going to have a big group here tonight. I just wanted to catch some people up on what we've been talking about and been doing behind the scenes. And so there's no formal agenda tonight, but I'm just going to throw some stuff out there. And kind of like last time we met in February, this is more or less for updates on what's going on. I don't think we have any major decisions to make. There is one thing that we do have to decide on at some point that Mary Hagan called me about today and told me about, but I'll get to that later. In the meantime, we did get the newsletter done, number 1.
Good.
Okay. Number 2, we went ahead and got the first general meeting out of the way with Elaine Ferris. We had 25 people on the Zoom.
Oh, good.
That's not bad for a Zoom, I can tell you that.
No, gosh, I think that might be more than what we'd get in the museum.
Well, no, not really. but it was still pretty good for Zoom. And she did a okay job. It was a little, the technology was a little rough at times, but that was primarily because the PowerPoint wasn't quite large enough. But her presentation was excellent, and we learned a lot about the post office, both the history of the post office in the United States and the history of the post office in Mason.
Nice.
So it was pretty wide ranging. It's all recorded too, by the way, if you want to watch it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, where are you? Is that on the Facebook then, or where are we keeping it?
You can link to it on Facebook, and also there is a recording of it that you can link to from the homepage.
Okay. All right, great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's there. I went into the museum the last 2 Saturdays. I've been looking at trying to broadcast our next meeting from the museum itself so that Carolyn can give her presentation there. And so I tried out doing Zoom in the auditorium.
Oh.
And I think it'll work. I'm going to learn a little bit more about it. I've got another webinar to go to for hybrid meetings, but I think it'll work. And so Carolyn, come there on April 8th, okay?
Okay.
And we can go ahead and capture you in the PowerPoint all at the same time on the screen. And that way we'll have it recorded. We also can have 23 people or so in the actual auditorium. So I set it up today with Eventbrite so that we can have people sign up to get tickets. They're free tickets, but they have to actually have a ticket to get in to the auditorium for that evening. And they have to be socially distanced and wear masks and all that kind of good stuff. And I even put on the application for the ticket, the reservation for the ticket, they have to agree to that. So that's now part of it. So I'll be sending out a link to that once I get a few other things figured out in terms of how we're going to do it. But that's what I'm
We've
moving.
got those windows now too. It might be a little chilly right now, but we've got windows now too that we
Yeah.
can open.
It feels quite nice in there, actually. On Saturday it did, so.
Yeah, yeah. That's-
But I'm going to go ahead and maybe go over there again this Saturday and try out a couple other things and see how that goes, so that we're able to do what they call hybrid meetings from now on.
Yeah,
And we can do
Yeah.
that for board meetings as well. We can go ahead and if you can't attend a meeting, you can either attend it remotely through Zoom, or you can watch the recording of it later. And that should increase the number of people we have participating in our board meetings and in our general meetings.
I think so too. A nice thing to adopt.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll try to come up there Saturday to help.
Okay, that might be helpful. We could talk over a few things, I
Yeah.
think.
Do you know about what time you're going up there?
I probably will be there about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be up there. I'll swing by.
Yeah.
The
I was there, was talking with Annie and Jean there on last Saturday.
The other thing I wanted to mention is I have to stop up at the museum Saturday also because I'm returning some things to Audrey Martini.
Oh, okay.
And do you want me to bring my disc and my flash drive that I have the PowerPoint on so you can see?
Yeah. And, Katina can help us get the projector out and stuff too.
Yeah, that would be real helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come a little early then and get that propped up.
Yeah. And then we can like hide it under the table and just leave it in the room if we wanted to. So.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. I had one other thing that I noticed on the minutes, Kathy, just something that people need to know about from the February meeting is
Mhm.
that Jim Mulvaney does have a barn program that is recorded, but that's not the one he's going to do for us.
Oh,
He's going
okay.
to do a live version.
Oh, you're not going to do the recording. He's going to be live.
He's going to be live, and then we'll record that one.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
The good thing about having him do anything live instead of just showing somebody a tape, and that's also true if we need a speaker to pipe themselves in from the hinterlands, we can do that in the future too using Zoom. So
Yeah.
I did that with a Lions Club meeting. We had Sarah Russell from the chamber, and she was at home. She couldn't get in, and so what we did is I went ahead and we got her through Zoom, and we put her on a big screen. So there's ways to be able to use big screens with this too. So we'll see. It may not be as fancy as some of the stuff you see on TV, but quite frankly, the stuff on TV has lots of glitches now too. So I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that was one thing I wanted to mention.
Okay, I'll fix the minutes on that then.
Yeah, another thing that people have been telling me about. By the way, if you haven't gone in to see the new exhibit, please do so. Okay.
It's really neat.
Yeah, grab a key or whatever. And there is a multimedia presentation that goes along with it. There's a TV set right in the middle of the display. So that's pretty cool. You should see that. And I kind of teased that. I sent out a news release talking about Saturday hours and Carolyn's presentation coming up. I sent a letter to, speaking of that, so I sent that news release out to the media, so that'll be in the paper this weekend. And then I sent a letter to, and an email and a copy of the newsletter to the liaison person from Consumers Energy, asking them for money because of Carolyn's presentation. So we'll see if they give us something.
Okay.
Nice. Let's see what else. Let's see. Marie called me and we talked a little bit about the Pink School and how we have to find out from the fire chief what the building maximums are for our museum. We already know the auditorium because that's got fixed seats in it, but for the museum and for the Pink School, because right now it has to be at 50%. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that's not going to be a problem. She was concerned about the Pink School when we opened it up on May 1st. She's thinking that because of kids and running around and all that kind of thing, probably only one family at a time. I said, well, if you got a single person and a couple adults and that kind of thing that are not going to run around each other, and they can stay fairly distanced. And as long as everybody's got a mask on, they could probably get a few more people in there. But we may have to just keep an eye on that. And she wanted to know if we were okay with that. And I said, yeah, but let me get the figures from the fire chief, and that way we can know for sure exactly how many. But I still agree with Marie that we're probably going to have to be aware that children run around in there, and we may be able to, by the 1st of May, have the door open, so that'll help a little bit too. So,
Yeah.
but she wanted us to be aware of that, and so we'll have to take a look at that. Now, I mentioned to her, I just got the news yesterday that I think y'all remember, we were planning on being open from 9 until 3 on Saturday, May 1st.
Right.
The Spring Fling Courthouse Show.
Right.
The Spring Fling Courthouse Show is not going to be on Saturday. It's now going to be at the fairgrounds on Sunday.
Spring Fling is going to be at the fairgrounds.
The Spring Fling Courthouse Show is not going to be at the
Oh,
courthouse.
it's just the courthouse. Okay.
Just the craft show will now be out at the fairgrounds.
At the fairgrounds. Oh, that was interesting.
Now, the reason why is that they can only have 300 people on that court if they were at the courthouse square, and that would be the vendors, and that'd be it. Okay, nobody buying anything. So that didn't work out. So I said, well, there is the free speech thing. We could all get protest signs and walk around. And they'd have to let a lot of people in. And I said, we could put on our protest signs, buy my tea cozies or something like that, but they didn't like that idea much. So I guess we're going to be out at the fairgrounds. So we're not going to be at the fairgrounds. We'll be at the museum and the Pink School, but we only need to be there, in my view, on Saturday from 1 to 3 and on Sunday from 1 to 3. So instead of being open for 6 hours on Saturday, we'd be open for 4 hours for each museum that weekend, 2 hours on Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday. So we'll probably need to go ahead and have that be a motion that we can pass at our next board meeting, which will be in the museum, by the way. Just to let you know, we can go back and do that now. Just wanted to make sure that people had a chance to get vaccinated if they hadn't. So our next board meeting we can have in the museum again, like we did last October. And I can't promise we'll have candy at the end to pass out, but we might. You never know. Okay. So those are those things going on. We've discontinued the history hunts with the museum being open now. We had 2 people won prizes. One was already a member, and the other one joined the society in order to be able to get his prize. That was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I had the prize ready to go, and I gave it to Mike Beard's daughters on Saturday. So when they showed up.
Yeah.
So that
was the ice cream cone one, wasn't it?
That's the ice cream one, yeah.
That's good.
And well, that was not this last Saturday, the Saturday before. But at any rate, the chamber and well, actually, it's not the chamber, it's the DDA. They're going to be offering those certificates again coming up this coming Friday morning. So if you wanted to get in on that, they sell these certificates for $25 and they're worth $35. And I still got a few left, but we'll figure out how we're going to use those going forward as well. Marie, we were talking about you before you got here.
Well, I was on the old meeting. I had 2 notes here, and it was the number for last month. I kept thinking,
Oh,
where's Doug? Where's Doug?
well, I'll have to go on there and see if you're all there by yourself or something. But I was just telling them a little bit about the capacity limits on the Pink School, and
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Carrie Minshall and get the total capacities, because we should have those for both the Pink School and the museum. But we're kind of thinking that, and we can vote on this next time, but we're kind of thinking that by limiting it to just one family at a time with kids, that would be a good idea for the school.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make up a sign for the door. So once they go out, I can put a sign on the door, cleaning give me 5 minutes or whatever, so I can wipe down whatever they've touched.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So that's kind of what we're thinking about, and we'll go ahead and make a motion once I got more details at the next meeting in April. Let's see. Oh, last time I checked, that basket was still there. So if anybody wants that nice basket that Carolyn put together and that I bought for the chamber, and then I brought into the museum to sell again, so that we could everybody could make money, it's still available. It's like I got the price on it now, like down to $50 or something. So. But it's got all the books in it.
That's pretty sad that we have to buy our own contribution to the
Yeah.
Chamber of Commerce.
That's what I do now. That's my hobby. So, so I always tell, don't tell my wife. Don't tell my wife. But she knows. I got something in the mail today, and she said, well, what is it? Is it something that that we can all enjoy? I said, no, it's a Lions Club flag for the Lions Club. And she said, you bought it with your own money, didn't you? Yeah, I said, of course I did. Of course I did. It's a toy. So anyway, those are the things that I know about. Let's see. And then we are going to have that article in the newspaper on Saturday about the museum being open. Of course, it'll be too late for most people because they'll read it on Sunday. But it just says that it's open now on Saturday from 1 to 3. And then I mentioned the thing about the general meeting and presentation in April. Let's see, heard from Mary Hagan about, I told you I was going to mention this. She's thinking that even though in our articles we've been putting down that we might rethink our being open on Tuesdays and Thursdays later in the year, she's thinking that maybe she doesn't want to be open Tuesdays and Thursdays later in the year. So we'll have to talk about that going forward. But I'm thinking right now, we probably do need to have, and I think Katina will back me up on this, we probably do need to have some kind of museum open office hours or something, even without, a full docent complement or anything, just to answer the phone and take care of people who come by,
Yeah.
I used to send people over to the museum on Tuesdays and Thursdays from the chamber office, and I still think that having some weekdays might be a good idea. When I was sending that letter to the lady from Consumers Energy, I mentioned that she could come over and take a look at the museum on Saturday, or she can arrange for me to open it up and give her a personal tour at any time that she wants to. And getting people sometimes to do the personal tour or take out some of their weekend time, if they're business people, it's sometimes easier to get them to do it during the week. So anyway, just a thought. We'll talk more about that, I'm sure, and get going from there.
Yeah.
There was another little hiccup, just wanted to mention from a couple days ago. Maybe it was just yesterday, but somebody tried to post, I'm guessing who it was, but somebody tried to post a job on our Facebook site. Since we don't have any employees, we can't post jobs because they have to be paid jobs. They can't be volunteer jobs.
I thought I saw something weird.
Yes. And then Facebook said that the person who wrote the job posting put down a docent is like a host or hostess. Well, what happened is that Facebook flags the word hostess, especially in job postings.
Yeah.
Considers it discriminatory. It's discriminatory language.
Well, I thought you were going to say they equated it with escort.
No, but it's considered discriminatory language. And so it never really got fully posted anyway, except for
Yeah.
those.
I didn't know where that came from. And then I thought,
I
didn't post anything like that, but
I'm kind of guessing it came from one of two people in the same phone number. But anyway, but we'll see. But anyway, I don't fault them. That was certainly a good thing to try. I just went ahead and put that information out on a regular posting though. And we probably should try to include that in a lot of our messaging to let people know, because Mary is running out of docents, I think. So
yeah,
part of it.
I'll try to think of something creative.
Yeah.
If I can, I can try to post it around.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people's situations and hours or where they work is a little bit different now, and
Yeah, and I think that when people come up and they ask us about Mason history and that kind of thing, we ought to be able to jump on it, and say,
Yeah,
yeah, we want you to come over and, be a docent in training or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or volunteer docent, something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
instead of
yeah,
Well,
hostess.
we call it a volunteer. We always make sure if we say docent, we also say volunteer with it, because
Yeah,
most people have no idea what a docent is.
that's true.
They say, is that like a donut? No, it's not. Like,
a beignet.
it's a decent donut. I said, is it docent? Anyway.
To
And
docent.
right now, until people get their shots, some docents would not want to come in. I think that's what Mary's having trouble with,
That's true. Yep. But I don't think they have too much to worry about. We just haven't had that many visitors. So and
Right.
the visitors are also awful leery about coming too. So I know that. Let's see. What else? What else we got? Anybody else got stuff?
No, I have nothing.
Okay. I'm still gonna get back with Susan at some point to try to get our financials into something other than just a spreadsheet so that we can understand them a bit better. We move money back and forth between our operating savings and our operating checking, and it gets really confusing. So it's something that I think we need to straighten out at some point. But luckily, we had a lot of money coming in last year, and we didn't spend that much except for consumers. So we ended up covering our expenses last year. So that was really good. Very few places can say that.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, especially from last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, we're not eligible for any stimulus funds because we have no employees, just to let
Right.
people know that. But got another piece of information from the people at the Greater Lansing Convention and Visitors Bureau. They will not be having Be a Tourist in Your Own Town again this year either. Okay, they canceled it last year. They're canceling it this year, but they're planning on doing something else a little later in the summer to promote all of our venues and attractions. So I'll keep my ear to the ground for when they do that. So maybe we can be part of that. But Be a Tourist, they're not doing anymore. We never really got into it to begin with, but I wanted to last year, wanted to this year too, but not going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I guess that's it. Anything else? Short meeting?
I'm all good.
Okay, not as short as the Historic District Commission meeting last night. That was only 15 minutes, so.
Wow.
But we can go 20, that's fine. All right, I've recorded this in case that helps you, Kathy. I'll go ahead and we'll post this out for everybody in the board to see.
Okay.
The recording.
I have that audio recorder and it's been recording Zoom very well. So
Oh, good.
I use it for my Optimist Club.
Yeah.
You can hear it very well. So
Yeah.
But I'm glad to know it's there in case
Yeah.
sometime it doesn't work. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. And I think these hybrid things and everything, we're going to be backing things up. And I think we'll get more participation from our community the more we, use technology as well as the face-to-face and personal. Combining all those things together, I think is going to make a big difference.
I scrolled down the names really quick. I didn't see the 20 some you were talking about because I was like shortly after the meeting started. But a lot of the names are people that haven't been to meetings in ages.
That's right.
So, this is a nice option. We might end up finding that we want to continue, this in addition to the in-person.
Well, that's what we will do. We'll definitely make it hybrid from now on for pretty much every meeting you can do. The only thing is that I just want to let people know that government can't do that right now. It's against the law. There's something called the Open Meetings Act, and governmental bodies can do it all on Zoom, or they can do it all face-to-face, but they can't do a hybrid. So anyway, we can see what kinds of problems people get into with cat filters and that one doctor who was at a court hearing while he was operating on a patient.
Oh,
Hear about that?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a little bit too hybrid. Thank you very much.
I have one thing. The paint school is gonna need to be fixed
Yeah, we know that.
and painted and that. Should Randy be getting some kind of estimates, so we got some kind of an idea
That
as
would
to how
be-
much money?
Yeah, that would be a good idea because we can start asking for the money. So I think we could have Randy do that.
Yeah, I'll give him a call, because I got some other stuff at the pink I want him to look at, that sign. But
Randy said that Consumers was out cutting trees away from power lines.
Yeah,
And he said that he could get them to take out the 2 trees that are up against the power lines that we wanted to take out anyway, back there by the
Oh.
alley. And
oh, okay,
he said they could do it. And he got a price for me of $500. And I said, yeah, just go ahead and do it. Is that all right
Yeah.
with everybody? We'll
yeah,
mention
you
it
can't
again.
hire somebody to do it for
No,
that.
not even. He called Gary Gerke and Gary wanted 700. So
Hmm.
Probably a
Wouldn't
tree.
come down.
We can, yeah, I use Wiseman. They're pretty reasonable. They
Yeah.
took a huge tree down, part of a tree down for us at a road, and they're super duper clean.
yeah.
It-
Well,
they-
the thing is that they were going to be there anyway, cutting on the trees. So it made sense.
Right.
I gotcha.
Okay, so that was something else he told me about. I also asked him to get with Jamie Pierce about taking out the drinking fountain. So
Yeah.
Randy's been busy. So he also got us a new flag out in front. If you drive by now, you can see it. The old one, by the way, was in complete tatters. It looked like it had been through a war.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
he got that replaced. The American Legion, he got it from the American Legion. So. Okay, I guess that's it, folks.
Okay.
I got to get ready to sing happy birthday to my wife.
Yeah. Well,
I won't
enjoy
say-
your
I
evening.
won't say how old she is, but I'm going to be 68 at my next birthday and she's older than me. So,
Oh, you're
Oh,
still
Oh.
a baby.
I'm not saying what age she is, you know.
yeah, just a baby.
We'll let her
Well-
know that, Doug.
Like, yeah,
You
right.
tell her
right.
we said happy birthday.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll see you, Katina. I'll see you, Carolyn.
All
Saturday.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
See you
See you Saturday.
Saturday.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.